Leicester City's prospective new manager has been labelled a disloyal rodent as the Foxes step up for their search for Ruud van Nistelrooy's successor. Van Nistelrooy was sacked as manager last month, over a month after Leicester had been relegated from the Premier League in dismal fashion. The Dutchman won just 5 games during his time at the King Power as the Foxes finished 13 points from safety. Club chiefs are searching for a new manager to guide them into the Championship, which they won at a canter under current Chelsea boss Enzo Maresca 2 years ago. Ruud van Nistelrooy was a disaster at Leicester. Credit, Hassan Karim. Breaking media. Former Premier League owner Marti Cifuentes, Alex Crook, was providing an update on TalkSport over the vacant position and said Marti Cifuentes, previously of QPR and Swedish side Hammarby, was the new leading candidate. Crook also said that Leicester would owe QPR compensation if they were to hire Cifuentes, but he was willing to dig into his own pocket to pay some of that. Cifuentes was placed on gardening leave by QPR in April before leaving the London club after West Brom were linked with the Spaniard. Former Crystal Palace owner Simon Jordan called Cifuentes a disloyal rodent before going on to explain his reasoning. If you're at QPR and you're batting your eyelids at other people and wanting to get out of the door and creating situations like that, then you have an element of disloyalty about you, don't you? Hence the reasons why he was put into a situation where he was consequenced by QPR, so you have to price that into the equation. If he is going to make a contribution towards it, compensation, then I'll imagine they will pay him less of a salary, so rather than have to pony up any money, it will be taken out of his upside, which is the salary you'll be getting at Leicester if indeed they want him. Jordan believes the way Cifuentes had gone about leaving QPR was disrespectful. I do think it's disrespectful. That's the reason I had issues with Marco Silva, that's why I had the issues I had at the time with Gary Rowett, because I think there's a way to operate, Jordan said. Of course, when you've done wonderful things, and you've been there for a long period of time and you've earned the currency and you've got your stripes and you really have done like Thomas Frank. No one would say Thomas Frank having an ear for Tottenham was anything other than the fact he'd done his job at Brentford. There was an opportunity and everyone leaves amicably. When you don't do that and you disrespect those that have given you an opportunity and you show disloyalty, hence the reason why you get my reaction. When Cifuentes arrived at QPR in October 2023, the club were second bottom of the Championship, and the Spaniard managed to guide them to an 18th placed finish. Last season Cifuentes again ensured QPR stayed in the second tier with a 15th placed finish. Many believe he should be given a chance at a club with greater resources, and Leicester looks to be the destination. The Foxes had been linked with Chris Wilder and Sean Dyche, 2 managers who have gotten clubs out of the league before. Despite a possible points deduction and PSR issues, Leicester are still expected to challenge at the top end of the division. Cifuentes has handled tough circumstances at QPR and he will be expected to do so again at the King Power. On the pitch, the club have already lost talisman and legend Jamie Vardy, who scored 18 goals in his last Championship season. Midfielder Wilfred Ndidi could also leave, as the Nigerian has a £9 million relegation release clause in his contract.